Hey, how you guys doing today? This is D, Uncensored. It's Sunday morning slash evening. Hopefully everybody having a good Sunday. Nice weather outside. Hopefully the weather stays the way it is. Um, we're going to do a quick podcast today. Nothing major, just once again going over some stuff that was in the news. I want to do a quick apology. I was not on Saturday. I had a family emergency, so there was no podcast Saturday. I do apologize for that. Also, I would like to say if you are interested in listening to my podcast, you can go to Spotify, Amazon Music, all of the places that play podcasts. My channel is on there. You guys can start to go there. All my pages, support the page, I greatly appreciate it. Um, Subscribe to the page if you guys can. That would be also appreciated. Um, I was going to talk about a few things today that was in the news. So we're gonna get that started. First of all, I'd like to talk about one of the things that's in the news is the stuff that's happening out in Arizona, kidnapping of a talk host uh, grandmother that was kidnapped. A lot of details that came out about what happened. Women spoken everywhere about it. Me personally, I think that's crazy. It seems like something in a movie that's happening in real time. I think there's more to the story. I think also that as a distraction, because that's what happened to me. They want us to look the other way. I think it's some distraction. I do hope that she is found safe. But if you are, if anybody knows, once she's been missing for like 12, 13 days now, and she's on medication. Like I said, I pray for a safe return, but realistically, when somebody's been missing this long, there's a time frame, and like I said, I can only pray that she's found safe and then get to the bottom of this and everything's taken care of with that. None of the incidents or stuff that was in the news that was going on. Um, they did a yesterday I saw an interview they did with Barack Obama. Uh, they asked him about how did he feel about Donald Trump. Trump made that video of him and Obama and his wife being thieves. And I think he gave a really good educational answer. And the way he spoke on that, he didn't he didn't come off as ghetto and loud and stupid. He spoke with intelligence and he answered the questions the right way. And hey, salute him for that because he could have took the other way around and he'd been pissed off about it and said something he couldn't do. I do like his answers. I think that was very nice, very good answer to that. Other thing that's been in the news too that I would like to talk about. This podcast, I have not done too much with sporting. I know I said this podcast is for sporting, local major news updates. So I mean, I'm gonna quickly touch down on some sports today. The NBA All-Star, National Basketball Association, if anybody might know. I used to be a big basketball fan, very big basketball fan. Played high school. The, I personally haven't really watched the NBA for a while now, for a few years now. I really, honestly, if you ask me a question like who's one of the best teams in the NBA, I really don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. The reason why I bring this up, the quality in the NBA basketball has gone down dramatically. You know, um, I've said this before. That is a reason why LeBron James has not retired yet. This man has been playing for 20 some years, 40, 41, 42. I think what it is, the NBA knows once he retires, Same as you point about LeBron James, the minutes the face of the NBA. Once he retired, they don't have that face of the league anymore once he's gone. And I think that's why they're trying to make him hold on as much as he can. The NBA quality has gone down. It's not like when it was in the 90s. You know, the 90s when you had Chicago Bulls and you were a huge basketball fan, you know what I'm talking about in the 90s. The 90s were the best, to me, the best years in the NBA. I don't even watch the All Star. I tried to watch the dunk contest, and it's a joke. It's a joke. They really need to just go away from the NBA dunk contest because you've seen every dunk there is. Nothing, nobody does in that competition is um, different from the next person that did it a few years ago. Things are a joke. The All Star break completely. All Star game is a joke. Yeah, the NBA has really lost a lot of interest, and I don't know. I don't know. I like that. I don't. If you ask me right now, the team I would go for. To be honest with you, it's only I've been paying a little attention. The San Antonio Spurs with Victor. I mean, 7 foot. This guy's 7 foot 5. They call him the Eagle. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. And if this guy holds up and he doesn't get any major injuries, he could be a good, probably one of the greatest all time centers. But let's be realistic here. Anybody that plays basketball, any sports knows the taller you are, the more prone to injuries. So injuries is going to come with him. I would hate, I would hope not, but let's be realistic. You're that tall, 7 foot 5, running up and down, you put in the pressure knees. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how long that's going to last. Hopefully, he has the right trainer and they play him the right way. And he ended up having a long career and being one of the best centers of all time. I'm not going to say best players of all time because, fortunately, the NBA had that LeBron James raised that ceiling so high that when this man retires, it's going to be hard as hell to match his qualities. This man's the leading scorer in NBA history, which a record that I thought would never be broken. And it's going to be very hard to replace something like that. But, and I think that's why he's holding on. The NBA is having him hold on so long because we know once he's gone, the ratings are probably going to go right along with him. So that was my quick update of sports. And, another thing that was in the news that I find interesting, um, the walkout that these schools are going, these the high school, because of the ICE agents and all of this stuff, the ICE shit stuff that's been going on. I salute the kids that are walking out at school, organized children to protest this. Look, I look at it like this. They're doing it. Everybody say these kids are the future of are the future. Let them if that hey, they feel a certain way. They don't like what's going on with ICE. They have every right to protest it. And the people that are throwing shade at these kids, I've read some of the comments, some of the ugliest comments say about kids. These are, hope people remember, these are kids. Yes, they are in high school, but they're still kids. So when you get on there and you make stupid remarks to these kids, it doesn't, and you're a grown ass person, it makes you look ignorant. It makes you look very ignorant when you do that. Like, it's just stupid. Like, wow, if anything, you should be praising these kids for getting out there protest, especially the ones that's doing it in a peaceful manner. I salute them. I said, keep doing what you're doing. If you have a cause, stand up for your cause. You feel like something ain't being done right, injustice, stand up for it. Don't let nobody discourage you or change your mind about a situation. So, like I said, I salute them. And back in the day when I was in high school, we didn't have stuff like that. We'd walk out of school um, and do protests. So that's why I salute you for these kids that are doing this. That this what is going on in the world, the United States right now. I always say this. there's going to be what side of history do people want to be on? Is people want to be on the good side of history, or do you want to be on the bad side of history? This is a time for this generation to make a mark and doing stuff like that, walking out of school and told them, like I said, something that would go down in history as, you know, a good thing that to me is a great thing that is happening. Fortunately, though, because of the protest, we're doing the protest, that's been going on with ICE and all of that, and immigration stuff that's been going on. Um, like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not a big fan. I would not be a big fan. I've always said protesting to me, and same for everybody. Everybody has their opinion. Doesn't really do anything. Because at the end of the day, protest all day. The next day, shit's still going to be same. I say it's still going to be in Minnesota. They're still going to be doing it. But if you want to protest, make sure that that's your way of having your voice heard. I salute you. It's not for everybody, but if that's what you feel, I salute you on that. Um, Another thing that I like to talk about this month, Black History Month. Um, um, I was speaking to one of my children about it, and he was talking about the history and stuff that these schools teach these kids, which, you know, half of it isn't true or half of it isn't relevant. And I was telling one of my children, if you want to know the history, I'm not saying don't pay attention to school, but you need to pay attention. But if you really want to know the history, you have to do your own research because majority of the stuff they're going to tell you is not. I mean, it may have happened, but it's not the full truth to it. And I've been in high school for a very long time, and some of the stuff that I learned in high school and some of the stuff that I learned taught now, I look at it like, wow, you did not teach me. I wasn't taught none of this stuff. Um, is this new stuff that came up or something? Like it's crazy. But the point that I'm making, with Black History Month, if you want to know your history, Black American, do your own research. That's the best thing I can do. Do your own research. Do not depend on somebody to tell you how the history of your culture was. Do your own research. I can go all day about this. There's certain holidays that they celebrate. I said this around the podcast. Hey, I salute Martin Luther King. He's done. They have a holiday for Martin Luther King, but they do not have a holiday for Malcolm X. And I said this in one of my podcasts. If you know why they don't have a holiday for you. If you could already like what Malcolm standard for. Me personally, I've said this before. I'm a Malcolm X fan, so I salute the stuff. I really salute the stuff that he did. And they're not gonna have. They're not gonna talk about stuff that a lot of this. I don't even hear them talking about what happened to Emmett Till, the person that was lynched and beaten to being unrecognized for his mom reviewing his body because he whistled at a white woman. They don't really teach that ugly part of history in class. I think that it should be taught, which is part of the history, but they don't teach that, you know. So, like I said, if you want to know stuff about that, you are looking, you do read research. Don't depend on somebody to tell you the history of your culture. That's with any culture, not just with God. It's with any culture. Do your research, you know. So I mean, that was one of the things I also wanted to bring up with that when it came to Black history in the schools, teaching you this stuff. I think you know, a lot of people complain about February being Black History Month. A lot of people have points about this. Other people claim it's a shortened month. That's crazy. Oh, you have people that's complaining saying, why do they have their own like history? Hey, look, me personally, it's just very, very, you know, to me, if you were black, every day is a history month, not just 1 month, but short days. Every day should be a history month for black Americans. So, and people are complaining about it and saying, wow, why do they have it? Hey, you know what? Look, everybody does it. Everybody have their opinions on God's stuff. You know, do I think that the shit that happened back in the day, like slavery and stuff, uh, should people, should, as the people would say, get over, should you go? No, you don't get over stuff like that. I went into this whole thing, you guys want to go back, one of my podcasts and listen, I said that telling somebody to get over something that happened, I get 400 some years ago, that's crazy. Because that's the shit that happened to us, lady. It wasn't only physical damage that was done, that was mentally damage that was done that carries on to this day in 2026 with Black Americans. It's the physical form, you can wipe it off, you can get away with it. Stuff can go away. But mentally, that shit stayed with you, and it's been generations first from that start. Now, I hear a lot of people they were saying that something about giving restorations payments to um, black people, us black people for the stuff that happened 400 years ago with slavery. Look, they can do that, but it's not going to change anything. The shit happened. Nobody has a time machine to go back and change that. They have. Do I ever think they will do that? No, no, I don't think they will. And I've said it before. If we want to change the black community, we have to start with each other. We gotta learn how to work together, build our own community, and stop killing first of all, killing each other and down talking to each other when somebody is higher up than you instead of just supporting you. This is why there's so many stores that's in the African community. You have the Chinese shop with the nails, you have the corner store with the Arabics. You know why? Because they work together. They work together. And this is why I say this. I say this to say it like we have to start sticking together. We want to make some changes. Otherwise, we can just look at that as a joke. A joke. That's basically what a joke. You know, when people sit up here, they get on TV and a white cop kills a black guy and they protest this stuff. I don't think like I said, fine, protest that. I get it. But where's the parade energy when you have blacks on black crimes that's happening in Chicago? Where's that same energy? You cannot be biased. You cannot sit here and want to protest one thing, but then overlook the one other thing. This is why I say they look at us as a joke because it's shit like that. There was an incident that happened in Chicago also in I don't know if you guys heard about that shooting at the lady. It was a young girl, young lady, and her boyfriend and that water in the car. They were on the streets driving. I think it was a red SUV van pulled up. Guys got up, four guys got up the car, shot up the car like there were hundreds some shots that was shot at that car. The baby ended up surviving, thank God. Nothing wrong to me, no scratches. That's the grace of God. But this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Where's the protest for that stuff? There's no protest for it. No protest about the violence against black on black lives. So my thing is, if you want people to stop looking at us as a joke, gotta stop making our culture look like a joke. It's as simple as that. That's all I'm going to say about that. And that's what I'm going to say about the whole. My point today was all leading to the Black History Month and everything. So, yeah, that was something I wanted to discuss with everybody today. Fortunately, this is not going to be a very long podcast. Um, I just want to get on here and touch base with everybody to see put my opinion on some of the stuff that I seen going on in the news. Um, I hope everybody is having a good summer. It's beautiful outside. I'm hoping this weather stays like this for a while. We're not in winter, hopefully. But Also got to remember we are only in March or February. I mean, in Russian, right? We're only in February, so we're still hoping. But I also want to say, if you guys want to listen to my station, you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Podcast Index, Castro, Castbox, following Overcast and Pocket Cast, Pocket Podcast Addicted, Podcast Guru, and you also can go on YouTube by typing in or copying and pasting uh, my website, and you can go to the channel on YouTube too. Also, I'm on True Fans if you guys want to go listen to it on there. And like I said, if you guys want to support my page, that would greatly appreciate. Um, like I said when I first started, it was I'm new to this whole podcast thing. Something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Um, I think it's very interesting to do, to speak your mind and be able to have your voice out there. I salute to anybody that does the podcast thing. It's neat. It's really neat to be able to do this. And I am grateful for anybody that listens to my podcast. I'm grateful for anybody that give it a try to listen. Um, and like I said on this podcast, I'm not here to judge anybody. If you guys want to leave comments, there's also um, on my website where you can leave a comment. If you feel like, hey, something I said that you didn't agree with, that's fine. Because this podcast is not for people really to be judged. I said that when I first started this podcast. It's a freedom of speech. A lot of people are not going to like the stuff that other people say. That's fine. That's fine. That's quite fine. You don't have to listen, but you have to. It's mean you gotta have respect. You gotta show me respect. So, like I said, I really appreciate everybody listening to this podcast. It's been really fun doing this. Um, as we continue going down, this is season one, episode 17. I can't believe it's only been 17 episodes. That's crazy how fast that has went by. But yeah, that's why I was getting on here to speak on stuff that was happening. And not too much to talk about today. I just thought I'd throw some stuff in there to talk about. Like I said, the sports stuff, I really haven't been touching base with sports on here because of the other stuff that's been happening in the news. Um, so I'm just now touching base with the sports and stuff on here. As far as the music, well, I know I said that. I'm still working on trying to figure out how we do the music. I know I said on Sundays I would like to play music, old school music on the station. So I'm still looking into doing that. I'm gonna hopefully be fixed soon, so we can get that started too. So yeah, that is definitely something that I want to talk to you guys about. Um, like I said, this is gonna be a short podcast. Probably gonna wrap this up right now. Like I said, I do apologize for not being on here Saturday. Yesterday, I had a family emergency to take care of. Um, so I just decided to hop on today, this morning, to do a quick podcast with you guys. Um, oh yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna leave you with this. Remember, every day above ground is a good day. Peace out.